Okay, donc, so this one is, let me do this. So if f of x is equal to 3x and g of x is equal to x squared, what is the value of this one? So we have f of x is this minus, okay, and jx is equal to, so we should first find the value of j4. This can lead us here. So j of 4 is going to be equal to 4 to the power 2, which is equal to 16. So f of j4 is equal to f16 minus. So we are going to replace here x by 16. So it's going to be 3 factor of 16 minus square root of 16. This will be equal to 16 times 3, 18, 48. So 48 minus 4, which is 44. So the answer is this. Now, we will just try to see if that's the correct answer. So answer E. It come here and we choose answer E. Yeah, so it's the correct answer. So it's answer E. Okay. Let's say second question. So which of the following equals 5,000? So let me remove this. No, that's not working. Maybe I need to put a snippet. So this is, okay, GMAT prep focus. Let's come here. Yes. Which of the following equals 5,000? So if we take A, for example, this will be equal to 3 times 10 to the power minus 2. But we know 5,000 is actually equal to 5 to the power times 10 to the power 3. Okay. So, and this is, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal to 6 times 10 to the power minus 5. This is also equal to 3 over 6 times 10 to the power minus 2, 10 to the power. So this is going to go up, so it's going to be plus 5. And it's going to give us this is 1 over 2 times 10 minus 2 plus 5 is 3. So it's simply 0.5 plus 10 to the power 3. So this is not equal to 5,000 because this will give us 5 times 10 to the power minus 1 times 10 to the power 3. 5 2 times 10 to the power 2. But we are looking for 5 times 10 to the power 3. So this one is not our answer. This also will not be our answer because, so we need something that will have like a great number of numbers after the decimal here. But if we just try to find out for this, will be 3 times 10 to the power minus 1 over 6 times 10 to the power minus 2. It's going to be 1 times 10. So this will be plus 2. 0.5 times 10 to the power 1. Okay, so it's going to be 5. That's not our answer. This is 3 over 6 times 10 to the power minus 4. So we have, after the decimal point here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 values. So it's going to be 1 over 2 times 10 to the power 4. And this will be 0.5 times 10 to the power 4 is 5, 10 minus 1, 10 to the power 4 is 10, 5 times 10 to the power 3. So this seems to be our answer. Okay, like if you want to confirm, this will be 3 times 10 to the power 1 and 6 times 10 to the power minus 1. This will be 1 over 2 times 10 to the power 1 times 10 to the power 1 will be 0.5 10 to the power 2, like this. And this will be equal to 50. Okay, or 5.10 to the power 1. So not our answer. And this will also not be our answer. Times 10 to the power 1, 2, 3 minus 3. So 1 over 2 times 10 to the power 2 times 10 to the power 3, 0.5 times 10 to the power 5 is going to be equal to 5 times 10 to the power minus 1 times 10 to the power 5, which is going to give us 5 times 10 to the power 4, which is different from this one. So this is not also our answer. So our answer is answer C. So let me try to check if I have the correct answer. So we say power answer C. Yes, so answer C is the correct one. All right. Okay, so let's take another question. For this here. All right. So we have f of x is equal to 5 x to the power 3 minus 2x plus 8. And then g of y is equal to 6y minus 4. So we need to find this. So that means g f x like this. We simply need to replace y here by this. Okay, so it's simply going to be 6. We replace y by 5x 3 minus 3x plus 8 minus 4. And then we will have 6 times 5 is 30, x this minus 18x plus 48 minus 4. This will be equal to 30x minus 18 plus 44. I made a mistake here. So this is 2 actually, okay? Yeah, because it's 2 here, so we say 2x. So 6 times 2 is 12. So this will be 12 as well. So this one is 8. So this will be like this. 30x minus 12x plus 44. So it seems like this is the answer. Yeah. So answer E. Let me check. Answer E. Yeah, so answer E is the correct answer. So these are simple questions that I'm trying to solve, and then I'm going to move on with difficult questions, I think, in the coming days. So let me take another question to see. Okay. Next question will be this one. Okay. This is our next question. So if x is greater than 3000, then the value of x over 2x plus 1 is closest to which of the following? So here we are going to suppose let's just suppose if x is actually equal to 3000, that means so we are looking for this value. That means 3000 over 2 times 3000 plus 1 is equal to 3000 over, so 2 times 3000 here is 6000 plus 1. So 6001. So this is approximately equal to 3000 over 6000, which is equal to 1 over 2. Okay, because here the 1 plus 1 here is, it seems to be significant. It's not significant. It's not going to do much difference if we add 1 to the 6000 here. Okay, so it's telling us to find the value that is closest. And I think it's also going to be the same thing if we suppose that x is equal to 2,900, for example. So it's going to say 2,100. 2 times 2,100 plus 1. Like 2,900 times 2 is equal to 0, 0, 18. Yeah. So it's going to be 2,000. Yeah. 500, 800, 5,800 plus 1. So this is approximately equal to this. Yeah. And this gives 1 over 2. So it seems like the answer is this. Answer D. Let's check the answer now. Uh, I said answer D. Yes, so answer D is the correct answer. So the question looks straightforward. Next question. All right. So if 3 over x is equal to 2 and y over 4 is equal to 3, then what is this? So they want us to find the value of 3 plus y over x plus 4. But we already know that 3 over x is equal to 2. That means that x is equal to 3 over 2. And y over 4 is equal to 3. And y is equal to 12. So that means that here we know the value of y is going to be 3 plus 12. And then the value of x is 3 over 2 plus 4. This will give us 15. And here we will have 3 over 8, 3 plus 8 over 2. So 15 over 11 11, sorry, over 2. So it will give us 15. Sorry, let me, it's kind of mess here. This will be 11, okay? And this will be equal to 15 times 2 over 11. 30 over 11. Answer D. Let's check this. Yeah, so that's the answer. The next question. Sam has $63 in $5 bills and $1 bills. Which of the following could not be the number of $1 bills Sam has? So if we say X is equal to the number, is the total of $5 bills, or like the number of $5 bills, and Y is equal to the number of $1 bills. That means that we have 5x plus 1y is equal to 63. Okay, $63, this one. So we need to find the number of $1 bills that Sam has. So we need to find y. Okay. So this is the value we need to find. So y will be equal to 63 minus 5x. Okay. So since we are talking about $5 bills, this needs to be integers. Okay, the number of dollar bills must be integers because we can't have $1.5 bills or two and a half, or $2.3 bills. It can't be. And the answer is also saying which of the following could not. So we need to find a value that cannot be the value of y. Maybe we can just use the try and error method, or we can try with the possible answers that we have here. For example, if y is 13, we need to find the value of x that will be a decimal value. So if it's equal to 13, we will have 63 minus 5x here, which is, so let me say if, well, that means 5x will be equal to 40, and then x will be equal to 8. So this is not our answer. Okay, and we can do that for the other uh, answer choices as well. If y is 21, so 21 53 minus 5x, like this. So 5x will be equal to 63 minus 21. 63 minus 21 uh, is going to give us 2, 4, so 42. So 5x, 42. And this clearly will give us x equal to 42 over 5. So, and this is decimal value. And we know that, X is the number of $5 bills. We can't have the number of $5 bills being a decimal value. Okay. So this looks like our answer. You will see that if we try with the three remaining options here, X will be an integer. So if Y is 23, will be here, 5X will be equal to, so 64 minus, will be equal to 40. Here was, 13 minus, so it's 50. So this will be 10, okay? But still, it will not change. So 5x over equal 40, x 40 over 5 is 8. Okay, so this integer, this is also an integer, and the same thing for, so this will not be for 28 as well. For 28, it will be 28 equal to 63 minus 5x, 5x, 63 minus 28, 5x, so 63 minus 28, so we have 13 minus, so it will be 5, 1, carry the 1 here, we have 35, okay, it will be 35. So we know 35 divided by 5 is equal to 7. Okay, so this is also an integer. If, so since it's an integer, the answer is say which of the following could not be, okay? So this could be the number of $1 bills, okay? It could be, yeah, so it's a possibility. But if it is a decimal number, you can have it. Like if we say 33, so it will be 33 equals 63 minus 5x here. So 5x, so 63 minus 33 will be equal to 30. And we know 5x will be equal to 30. Or x will be equal to 30 divided by 5, which is 6. And this also is an integer. Okay, so definitely this one is our answer. So the number of $1 bills cannot be equal to 21. If we try to check, so we say answer B. Answer B. So if I say here, yeah, so answer B is the answer. So that's it. Okay. Next question. Cathy has bought 4 times as many shares in company X as Carl. And Carl bought 3 times as many shares in the same company as Tom. Which of the following is the ratio of the number of shares bought by Cathy to the number of shares bought by Tom? Okay, let me know. This is so. So if we say K is equal to the number of shares bought by Cathy and C is equal to the number of shares bought by Carl, and T is the number of shares bought by Tom. So it says Cathy bought 4 times as many shares in company X as Carl. So that means that Cathy, the number of Cathy of shares that Cathy bought is equal to 4 times the number of shares that um, car, boat. So K is equal to 4 times C. And Carl bought 3 times as many shares in the same company. So Carl is equal to 3 times T. And which of the following is the ratio of the number of shares bought by cat T to the number also? They want us to find this ratio, cat T over term. This is also equal to K over T. But we know that K here is equal to 4C over T. Okay? But we know that C is equal to 3T. So this will be equal, give us 3T. No, 4, 3T. And will be 12T over T. This will be 12 over 1. And it looks like this will be our answer. Let me check. Answer E. Yes. So what is the following? Which of the following is equal to 85% of? So 85% of 160 is equal to 85 over 100 times 160. 85 times over 100. And so this will be 85 times 16 over 10. If we say here 8, so this will be 85 times 8 over 5. by 5, we have 17 here. So this will be 17 times 8. 17 times 8. So 56. 8 times 7 is 56. And 1 times 8 plus 5 will be 13. So we have this. Answer C. Okay. Okay, so let's find the value of y. We know y is equal to 5x squared minus 2x. We have the value of x here, which is 3, so it will be this. And 5 times 9 minus 6. 45 minus 6 is 39. So answer C, obviously. That was the answer. Okay. 100, the 180 students in a group are to be seated in rows so that there is an equal number of students in each row. Each of the following could be the number of rows except. Which one could be the number? Uh, so we have 180. So total number of students is equal 180. So each student needs to sit. So if we say that R is equal to the number of rows, and they say this is to be in a row so that there is an equal number of students in each row. So if we say n is equal to number of students in each row, so that means we can have a formula like n. In order to find, for example, the number of students in each row, we have to divide the total number divided by r. Okay, this is the number of students in each row. So r here is the number of rows. And also because it has said that uh, there is an equal number of students in each row. Okay, so this formula will actually be okay to find the number of students in each row. Here in the absolute answer choices, we have the possible number of rows that we can have. So one way to test these answer choices is to find, the number of students. And since we are talking about real people, students, it can't be decimal numbers. Definitely have to be, it has to be, integers. So we are going to test this formula using the possible answers here. Let's take, for example, if we have 4 here as the number of rows, let's just say if r is equal to 4, then n is equal to 180 divided by 4. This will give us 18 divided by 4 is 45. So r being equal to 4 can possibly be, the number of rows. We can possibly have 4 rows that will be occupied by 45 students each. Okay, so here the answer is each of the following could be the number of rows except, so we need to find the exception here. If r is equal to 20, so we can say 18, 180 divided by 20. This will definitely give us 9. Okay, so this we can divide here. It will become 18 divided by 2, which is equal to 9. If R is equal to 30, this is also going to give us um, an integer which is going to be 6 students per row. And if R is equal to 40, now this is interesting. So if it is 40, this will be equal to 18 divided by 4. And this will be equal to 9 divided by 2. So 9 divided by 2 will give us 4.5 students. So we can't have 4.5 students. Okay, so if we have 40 rows, we are not going to be able to satisfy this condition. The condition that is saying that there needs to be an equal number of students in each row. Okay, if we have 40 rows, we will not be able to satisfy it because we have a total number of 180 here. Okay, so this seems to be the answer. But if you want to continue testing, like if we say for the last one here, if R, the number of rows is 90, we will see that it will also give us an integer value. So this will be equal to 18 divided by 9, which is equal to 2. So this is an integer. This is an integer. This will be integer as well. This decimal. This is integer. So this is our answer. So we're looking for decimal because it says except. So we're looking for the exception. So the only exception we have here is when R is equal to 40. Answer D. Let's find it. So for all positive integers m and v, the expression represents the remainder when m is divided by v. So we will take this one, and we will take this one. So 98 divided by 33. If we say 3 here, it's going to give us 99. So it's going to be 2. So 6, 2, 3. So the remainder is 32. So this will give us 32, 17 minus 98. And the remainder of 33 divided by 17. You see, if it this we say 2 here, give us 34, but 34 is greater than 33, so 1. So now 13, 6, 1, 16. So this will be 16 here. And then we need to find this one and this one. 32 divided by 17. So 1, 12. So this will be 5, 1. 15 minus 98 and 16. So if this is equal to, let me just say, so this is divided by 2 will give us 49 and 8. So it's basically 49 divided by 8. 6, 48. No, I think I made a mistake here. 6, 36, 9, and 2. So this will be 2 here. So we basically have 15 minus 2, which is equal to 13. So answer D. Let me check this answer. So we said answer D, right? Okay, yeah, so answer D is the answer. Okay, so if minus 3 is a 6 more than x, what is the value of x over 3? So it says minus 3 is 6 more than x, so x plus 8. And x over 3 is, so this one will be equal to x plus 6. X will be minus 3 minus 6. X will be equal to minus 9. So we are simply going to replace x here. So x over 3 will be minus 9 over 3 will be minus 3. Answer C. Is that the correct answer? Right. So that's the correct answer. Next question. The sum of three integers is 40. Is 40. The largest integer is 3 times the middle integer, and the smallest integer is 3 times than the largest integer. What is the product of the three integers? So let's say x is equal to the largest integer, y is equal to the middle integer. And says the largest is 3 times the middle. So x is equal 3 times y, and the smallest is 23 less than the largest. And the smallest, so z 23 less than the largest, so is equal to x minus 23. It says the sum of the three is equal to 40. So x plus y plus z is equal to 40. So we can find the value of x. Yeah, but we can find the value of y, for example, okay? So we can replace here x by 3y, because x is equal to 3y plus y plus z. Z is equal to x minus 23 is equal to 40. We can still replace the value of x here. This will give us 4y 4y plus 3y is equal to, so this will come here, so 40 plus 23 will equal to 63. So we have 763. Y will be equal to 63 divided by 7, which is equal to 9. So if y is equal to 9, so we say if y is equal to 9, that means x is equal to 3 times 9, which is equal to 27. And if x is equal to 27, then z will be equal to 27 minus 23, which is equal to 4. So that means x is 27, y is 9, and z is 4. So the question is to find the product of the three integers. The product will be x times y times z will be 27 times 9 times 4, which is 27 times 36. So we say 36 times 27, 42, 21 plus 4, 25, 12, 7. No, so we have 12, okay, 6 plus 1, yeah, 2, 7, 9. So 972. Answer B. How many different ordered pairs of numbers S, T can be formed such that normal T equal 3S, where S and T are numbers from the list above? Okay, so if T is equal to 3S and T and S are from this list of numbers, and we need to form pairs here. So we will first suppose that since T is equal to 3S, what if S is equal to 1? So if S is equal to 1, then T is equal to 3 times 1. Okay, so this will give us the pair 1, 3. So 1 and 3 are part of, the set of numbers here, the list of numbers. We will take the second value here. If S is equal to 2, then T will be equal to 3 times 2 will be equal to 6. So we say 2 and 6. 6 is part of the list of numbers, and 2 is also part of the list of numbers. So this is the condition that we need to respect. S equal to 3. 3 is part of the list of numbers. So need to find the value of T and find out if it will also be part of the list of numbers. So T will be equal to 3 times 3 will be equal to 9, and there will be 3, 9, like this. Okay, so this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. So now if S is equal to 4 and T will be to 3 times 4, which is 12. So we find that S is part of the list of numbers, but 12, which is the value of T, is not part of the list of numbers. Okay, so this will not be part. Okay, so the more we increase the value of S, it is also going to increase the value of T. And we see here that this list of number here is incremental, because the more we move on to the right side here, the number are increasing. So to respect the condition that is given in the prompt here, so we have these values here. So I think the answer is B, because it says how many different ordered pairs of numbers ST can be formed such that normal T equal 3S, where S and T are numbers from the list above. Okay, so answer B. I think I think I've not made a mistake here, but let's just check this. Yes, so answer B is the answer. Okay, next question. Anne bought a computer for $2,000 and then paid a 5% sales tax. And Henry bought a computer for 1,800 and then paid a 12% sales tax. The total amount that Henry paid, including sales tax, was what percent less than the total amount that Anne paid, including sales tax? So Anne paid $2,000 and then she paid 5% sales tax. So sales tax is equal to 5% of 2,000, which is, I'll say, 5% times 2,000. Okay, so this and this would be 5 times 20, which will give 100. So total amount and what's that? Unpaid is equal to 2,000 that she paid for the computer plus 100 of sales tax, 200 and 100. So that's for Anne. For Henry, so we say Henry's sales tax is 12% of 180 of 1,800. Okay, so 12, 18. So like this, 12 times 18, 16, 6, 11, 2. So this is 216. So the total amount and repaired will be 1,800 plus 216, which is 2,016, yeah, dollars. The question says total amount that Henry paid, including sales tax, was what percent less than the total amount was what percent less than the total amount? So this will be 16 minus over for 2016, say 4, 8, 84. So like if we divide 84 by 2, 2, so we have 42, 150. So we have 21, 75, 21, 0. I think I got something wrong here. Let me come back. So we have the total amount that Henry paid. So first of all, let's find the difference between total amount by Anne and Henry. That would be minus and this will be 84. So we need to find what does 84 here represents in terms of the total amount that Anne paid. We say was what percent less than the total amount that Anne paid. So 84 is equal to X percent times 2,100. So we need to find the X percent here. Okay, so X percent 84 divided by 2,000. Yeah. So let me do a quick calculation. So 84 2,000. So 0. So 84 0 again. 84. If I say 4, so 0 0 4 and 8. So X percent is equal to 0. So our X, so X percent is X of 100, okay? Maybe. So X is the value we want to find. Maybe 100 times 0.04 is 4%. So the answer is let's check the answer. Answer B. Let's take the next question. Okay, a certain university will select one of seven candidates eligible to fill a position in the mathematics department and two of 10 candidates eligible to fill two identical positions in the computer science department. If none of the candidates is eligible for a position in both departments, how many different sets of three candidates are there to fill the three positions? So it says to select one out of seven to fill a position in mathematics department and two out of 10 to fill two identical positions in the computer science department. If none of the candidates is eligible for a position in both departments. So that means that uh, the seven candidates here are not eligible for the position in computer science, and the 10 candidates here are not eligible for the position in mathematics. So these are two different groups of candidates. And so for the first position, we have to choose one out of seven. So we will say here, so we say number of possible choice for position in the for the position in the mathematics department will be will be choosing one out of seven. So this will be one out of seven will give us 7 factorial, 1 factorial, and 7 minus 1 factorial, which will be equal to, yes, so 7 times 6 factorial, 1 factorial, 6 factorial. So we are going to cancel this, so it will give us 7 here. So out of the 7 candidates here, we need to fill one. We need to select, okay, number possible selection or choice here. We can select, we can have 7 choices, 7 kinds of selections, okay. And out of the 10 candidates here, so we say number of possible selections or choices for the position in the computer science department will be, we have to choose 2 out of 10. Okay, so that will be this combination choose 2 out of 10. So we will have 10 factorial, 2 factorial, 10 minus 2 factorial, which will give us 10 times 9 times 8 factorial, 2 times 1 times 8 factorial. Because, yeah, so 2 factorial is 2 times 1, okay? So we can cancel the 8 factorials here. We will have this we can cancel. We will have 5 here. So we'll say this will be 5 times 9, which is equal to 45. So the question is telling us how many different sets of 3 candidates, okay, different sets of 3 candidates are there to fill in this position. We already determined that this is, the 7 candidates group here is different from this here because it says none of the candidates is eligible for a position in both departments. So out of the 7 people here, we can have a scenario where one of them could also be eligible for the computer science department. So these are completely 2 different groups. So the number of different sets of 3 candidates will be equal to 45. 45 times 7. So if we say 40, or what am I saying here? 45 times 7, let's do some calculation. 35, 28, 31. So our answer will be this one. Let me check the answer, the official answer here. So we said answer E. Answer E is the answer. Let's check. Let's take next question. If R is this one, so we have R is 2 like this times 5 to the power 2 times 7 And then we have s, which is equal 2 to the power 2 times 3 to the power 2 times 5. Which of the following is equal to the greatest common divisor of r and s? So in order to find the greatest common divisor between r and s, so we first of all need to look at the similar values. Okay, so we have 2 to the power 3 here and the similar base values. So we have 2 to the power 3 and 2 to the power 2 here. And then we have 5 to the power 2 and then 5 here. And the greatest common divisor, we have to choose like the common basis, but that has the lower exponent. So between 2 to the power 3 and 2 to the power 2 here, we will choose 2 to the power 2. Between 5 to the power 2 and 5 here, we will choose 5. So basically what we are trying to look here, we are looking for the greatest value that can divide both R and S. Okay, so this value here can divide both R and S. Let's say for example, we want to divide R by 2 to the power 2 times 5. It will be 2 to the power 3 times 5 to the power 2 times 7. To know that this value is like a divisor, we need to find an integer. Okay, so this will divide. We will have 2 to the power 1 here. If we divide here, the 5 to the power 1 and then 7. So this will give us 2 times 5 times 7. So this is an integer. Okay, the same thing for s. If we say s divided by our greatest common divisor here, we will find that it will give us, yeah, so this one we can simplify, cancel it, and this will give us 3 to the power 2 equals to 9, which is also an integer. Okay, but let's say, for example, if we chose, the like the common values here that has the greatest exponent, like 2 to the power 3 and 5 to the power 5, you will see that if we divide it by s, we will not get an integer. Okay, so if we divide here, we will still have 2 remaining here. Divide here, we still have 5 remaining here. So this will be equal to 9 divided by 10. So this is not an integer. Okay, and also we can also notice the fact that it says the greatest in our answer choices. So we have sure that this can't be the answer. This can't be the answer because 7 is not part of S here. This also can't be the answer. 7 is not part of S. Okay. And this could probably be the answer, but the question says the greatest common divisor. Okay, so we need to find the greatest. 2 to the power 2 times 5 is greater than this. So the answer is B. Answer B. Let's test, check. Answer B is the answer. So the question says the annual interest rate earned by an investment increased by 10% last year, from last year to this year. Let's say that annual interest rate earned by an investment. So if x is equal to the annual interest rate for this year, and y is the annual interest rate for last year. So what it is, this line is saying the annual interest rate earned by an investment increased by 10% from last year to this year. So x here is equal to the interest rate of last year, which is y, plus 10% of y. So it increased by 10%. Okay. What was the annual last year? So we need to find y. So y is what is of interest here. So this also means that x, the interest rate is equal to 110% of y. Okay. But the second line here, if the annual interest rate earned by the investment this year was 11%, so it simply means x is 11%. What was the annual? Yeah, so we can simply say here that 11% is equal to 110% of y. So simply 100 over 100 y equals to 11 over 100. That means 11 is equal to y is equal, yeah. This is 1 over 10. So y is equal to 10 over 100 or 10%. I think that is the answer. Can 10%. So it's probably this. I'm not sure, but let me check. So I said 10%, answer D. Yes, so answer D is the answer. So so X annual interest rates for this year. And okay, let me go for another question. So the question says a purse contains 57 coins, all of which are nickels, dimes, or quarters. If the purse contains X dimes and 8 more nickels than dimes, which of the following gives the number of quarters the purse contains in terms of X? So we have 57, which is equal the total number of coins. And it says X, okay, is equal to the number of dimes. Y, we will say that Y is equal to the number of nickels. And Z is equal to the number of quarters. And it says that X plus Y plus Z is equal to 57. And it says that 8 more nickels, so the purse contains 8 more nickels than dimes. So that means that if Y is equals to the number of nickels, so the number of nickels is equal to 8 plus the number of dimes. Okay, so that means we will have X plus 8 plus Y plus Z, which is equal to 57. So we need to find the number of quarters, okay? That's the question here. The question says, which of the following gives the number of quarters the purse contains in terms of X? So the number of quarters is Z, as we said. So Z will be equal to, and this is X. Okay. So we have replaced Y by 8 plus X here. So Z will be equal to 57 minus 8 minus 2x. Z will be equal to 49 minus 2x. This is probably the answer to the question. Let me check. Let me write it here. Answer D. Let me do this. Three people each contributed X dollars towards the purchase of a car. They bought they then bought the car for Y dollars. And an amount less than the total number of dollars contributed. If the excess amount is to be refunded to the three people in equal amounts, each person should receive a refund of how many dollars? So let's say amount amount contributed is equal to so they each people contributed X dollars. So three times X or 3X. Okay. They then bought the car for Y dollars, which is less than the total amount, the total number of dollars contributed. Okay. So cars sales price is equal to Y dollars, which is less than, so less than 3X. Okay. So we have the excess. In order to find the excess amount needs to be equal to amount contributed minus the sales price. Okay, so that needs to be 3x, which is the amount contributed that we have here, minus y dollars, which is the amount that bought the car. Okay, so that's the excess. What am I doing? So the question is, if the excess amount is to be refunded to the three people. So we have the number of people. Okay, number of people that contributed is equal to three. So we have to refund this amount to the three people in equal amounts. Each person should receive a refund of how many dollars? So we have to divide the excess amount by three. So so each person should be refunded this amount, 3x minus y, okay, which is the excess amount divided by three people. So this looks like the answer. So let's check. So answer A is the answer, the correct one. So let's solve this one. If 1 plus 1 over x is equal to 2 minus 2 over x, let's find the value of x. So our x plus 1 over x is 2x minus 2 over x. This will be x plus 1 plus x times 2x minus 2 x to the power 2 plus x. This will take us to 2x squared minus 2x. X squared minus 2x squared plus x plus 2x is equal to 0, minus x squared plus 3x is equal to 0. X squared minus 3x is equal to 0. So x 0. So x can either be equal to 0, but this is impossible. X cannot be equal to 0 because here, if we say x equal to 0, this will be impossible. Okay, 1 divided by 0 is impossible, or x can be equal to 3. This one. Okay. Or we could also simplify by saying like this, okay? Because if we simplified x here directly, it would have given us x plus 1 equal to 2x minus 2. And this would have given us uh, minus 2x plus x equals to minus 2 minus 1 minus x minus 3. X 3. Okay? So we could have gotten the answer straight. But this one also, it's important to know the rule here. X cannot be, in this particular question, X cannot be equal to 0 because we say we check our possible solutions and we say X is equal to 0 here, we will have an impossibility, okay, by replacing X by 0. So the answer is X equal to 3, which is answer E. Let's check. That's it. So it says if a customer makes exactly one selection from each of the 5 categories shown in the table above, what is the greatest possible number of different ice cream sundaes that a customer can create? So if a customer can make exactly one selection from each of the 5 categories shown in the table, okay, exactly one. So that means that out of the ice cream flavors, it can have 12 different choices, okay? Because we have 12 here. So if you can choose one, you can choose one at a time. So you can have 12 different choices and you can combine that with 10 different choices of kinds of candies. That can also be combined with 8 different choices of liquid toppings, which in its turn can also be combined to 5 kinds of nuts. And here we have with or without whipped cream. So we have 2 choices, I think. Okay, so we can say divided by 2. It can be with or without cream. So this will be equal to 12 times 8 times, so 10, 10, 100. So 12 times 8 is equal to 16 here, 90, 96 times 100 will give us 9,600. We have answer here, A. That's the answer. Let's check. The number of rooms at Hotel G. So this we say, so number of rooms at Hotel G is less than twice, is 10 less than twice the number of rooms at Hotel H. So if we say number of rooms at Hotel G is equal to G, and the number of rooms at Hotel H is equal to H. And it tells us that the number of rooms at Hotel G is 10 less than the number of rooms at Hotel H. So G is equal to 10 less. So twice the number of rooms at Hotel H minus 10. That's it. And if the total number of rooms at Hotel G and H is 425, so G plus H is 425. What is the number of rooms at Hotel G? So what we can do here, we can just find the value of H like this. Will be equal to 425 minus G like this. And we can replace H in here. So G will be equal to 2, 425 minus G like this, minus 10. G equal to 400, so it's 850 minus 2G minus 10. So this will come here, it will be 3G. Yes, so G will be 840 divided by 3. This will be 224 divided by 3 will be 8. And okay, so we have the number of rooms at Hotel G, which is 218. So 280. Answer E. So it says in the XY plane, so we have this Y. The vertices of a triangle have coordinates 0, 0. So 2, 3. So we have 2 and 7. So we have this triangle here. What is the perimeter of the triangle? So we know that this here is equal to 7, okay, because it says here. We need to find, we'll call this B and C. So the distance between this one and this one, if we call it B, um, distance between 0, 0 and, why is it doing like this? and 3. Oh, come on. First of all, we need to find the perimeter. The perimeter of a triangle is perimeter of triangle. We say it's equal to P. Okay, P representing the perimeter is equal to the sum of the three sides of the triangle. Okay, so the sum of the triangle. So if we say we have three sides A, B, and C, so A plus B and C. So this is A, which is equal to 7, because here it represents the coordinates of this, the x coordinate of this particular point of the triangle. X is equal to 7, and it's coming from 0 here, so it's definitely 7. And we need to find about here. According to the rule, so the distance between this coordinate 0, 0 and 3, 3 is equal to square root of, that would be x 0 minus 3 square plus 0 minus 3 square. So because there's a rule that says distance between x1 and x2 like this is equal to square root x1 minus x2 plus x plus y1 minus y2. So that's basically what we are doing here, okay? So this will give us 9 plus 9 will be 18. 18 is 9 times 2, so 3 square root of 2. So that's the distance of P. So P here will be equal to 7 plus 3 square root of 2. And we need to find C. C here is the distance between, C is distance between 7, 0 and 3, 3. So C will be equal to square root. So x1 will be 7 minus 3 squared plus 0 minus 3 squared would be, so 7 minus 3 is going to give us 4. So 16 plus 9, square root of 25, give us 5. Okay, so we will have C is equal to 5. The parameter will be 7 plus 3 square root of 2 plus 5. Okay, because we found A is equal to 7, B is equal to 3 square root of 2, and C is equal to 5. And this will give us 12 plus 3 square root of 2 parameter. And it's this 12 plus 3 root 2. Let's find the answer. Answer E. That's our answer. In the xy plane, what is the slope of the line with the equation? Okay, we need to find the slope. We know that y is equal to mx plus b, where m slope is equal to the slope. Okay, so if we have 3x plus 7y is equal to 9, 7y is equal to minus 3x plus 9 minus 3 x plus 9 divided by 7, and y is minus 3 7x plus 9 over 7. So is it this one? I'm not quite sure, but I think that might be the answer. Let's just check. So answer B. Yeah, so answer B is the answer. So the question says if x is different from minus 1 over 2, then 6x to the power 3 plus 3x to the power 2 minus 8x minus 4. Let's say this here, we can do something about it. Like if we say 3x x squared plus x. Now, or if we say x squared, okay, so we say 3x squared to x plus 1 minus 4 to x plus 1, like this. So we can put 2x plus 1 as a factor here. Okay, squared minus 4 over 2x plus 1. We can simplify like this. And we have 3x squared minus 4, which seems to be this one. Let's check. Answer C. That's answer C. Okay. So it says here x minus y is equal to r, and x times y is equal to s. Then what is x minus 2 times y plus 2? So this is xy plus 2x minus 2y minus 4. So this will be xy uh, plus 2 factor of x minus y minus 4. So we know xy is equal to s plus 2 x minus y is equal to r minus 4. So which is 2r, no, 2r plus s minus, yeah, so this one. Answer D. Check. So what is the value of square root of 17 to the nearest whole value? So the nearest value. So we know that 17 here is approximately equal to 16. And this is approximately 49. 49. So this is less than 7. So this will be less than 7. And this will be uh, greater than 4. Okay. So it will be 7 plus. So 6 point something. Okay. So it's going to be 10, yeah, 11, I think. Huh? Yeah, I think. Because this is not going to be more than 7. So if it is not more than 7, and if we suppose that this is uh, 4 something, so it's closer to 10 something. So if we can round it up to 11, it cannot be 8 because this will be 4, this will be around 6, between 6 and 7. So if you say 6 times 4, it's already equal to 10. So it cannot be this one. This cannot be. It cannot also be 12 because this is, closer to 4. So 4 something. And this is not greater than 7. Okay. So even if it's equal to 7, it's going to be 11 something. But since it's not greater than 7, so it's 6 something. So it's between 10 and 11. Okay. So the value is between 10 and 11. It cannot be 12, it cannot be 15, it cannot be. I guess I think I'm. So answer B. There are 5 sales agents in a certain real estate office. 1 month, Andy sold twice as many properties as Ellen. So if we say properties sold by Andy, A. Properties sold by Ellen. E. Properties sold by Bob. B. And then properties sold by Carrie. C. And properties sold by Dora. D. So it says we have five of them, okay? 1 month, Andy sold twice as many properties as Ellen. So Andy equal 2 times Ellen. And then Bob sold 3 more than Ellen. So B equal Ellen plus 3. Carrie sold twice as many as Bob. 2 times B. And Dora sold as many as Bob and Ellen. So D equal B plus E. Who sold the most properties? Okay, so how can we go about this one? Who sold the most property? So A is equal to E. So that means that A sold more than E. So it's not Ellen because A sold more than Ellen. And we have C equal to B. It's not Bob. And we have here, so D is equal to this one. And D will be equal to E. So we replace B, Bob, plus E is equal to 2E plus 3. So this is A. D is equal to A plus 3. Okay, so D sold more than A and D. So now we have to compare between C and D. We know that C here carry is 2B. If we replace B, so we have E plus 3 to E plus 6. C is equal to A plus 6. So, A plus 6 and A plus 3. So A plus 6 is superior. So C is greater than D. Right? Because we have, let me just see. A plus 6 is greater than A plus 3. So it's not Dora, it's Carrie. I hope I got it correct, because I hope I got it correct. Answer C.